Hello everyone, this is Sam, founder of Influxx. So today we're going to talk about integrations. So now we can integrate Influxx with CRMs and especially Gohighlevel. So let me show you the Influxx interface. So at the bottom right corner now there is a new section called integrations. So let me click on the button. So a new window is popping up and you have different fields. So the first one is endpoint URL, and this is the endpoint that you are going to use to make requests to Influxx. Then the second field is the data to send. So this is the JSON that you will use to send information to the endpoint URL. I will show you later on the Gohighlevel interface. And then you have a field called call.com API key. So as I told you in previous videos, Influxx works with Google Calendars to book appointments. So the problem is that we can't book appointments to Google Calendars directly with Gohighlevel. So we can use a workaround and use a service called call.com. So call.com is a service that is used to create calendars and then to be able to book appointments. So you have to, if you want to integrate Influxx to Gohighlevel, you will have to create an account on call.com. So it's very straightforward. So here I'm going to connect. Okay, so now I'm logged in. So there are different parts in the left panel. So the first one is event types. So basically those are your calendars. Then you have bookings here. When there is a booking, an appointment that is booked, it will appear in this section. Then you have availability. So by default, there is already an availability here. So those are your availabilities for the week. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. So first, let's create a calendar. So I'm going to event types, then I click here, new. I'm going to give the title, let's say test. So here, this is the URL of the calendar. So it's call.com influx/test. So Influxx is just my username here. And I can choose a duration for the booking, the appointment. So let's say 60 minutes and click continue. All right, so now this calendar is created. And you can see at the bottom that I can choose the location. So I can choose, for example, call video. So when there is an appointment, there will be a link, and so that you can have a video meeting with your prospect. So here I'm going to choose Google Meet because I have integrated my calendar to Google Calendar. So my call.com calendars are synchronized and connected to Google Calendars. So to do that, you go to Settings, and here it would be and Calendars here on the left panel. Then I click Connect Calendars, and then I choose Google Calendar. And click Install. Then I will have to authenticate. And here I click Continue. Okay, so now it's connected and it will book events on this particular calendar. So let's go back to event types here. So I'm going to click on Test, the calendar that we just created. And I'm going to choose Google Meet here as a location and save. Okay, so now I have my call.com calendar created. So now what we have to do is that we have to put our call.com API key in this field, okay, on the Influxx interface. So here it's already done. So I'm going to show you where to find your API key. So you click Setting, and then API keys. Okay, and here you can create another key and name the key and set never expire, and then click Save. So I'm not going to do that now because I've already done it. Okay, so once you have your key, you have to grab it and put it here in the call.com API key field and click Save call.com API key. Okay, so then what you will have to do. So now let's go to Gohighlevel. So in Gohighlevel, I have one contact here, and let me show you the webhook, the workflows that I have. Okay, so now I'm going to create a workflow. So there are two workflows to create. First, a workflow that will trigger a call to my lead, to my prospects or my contacts. And the second workflow will grab the results of the call. So first, I will create the second workflow that will grab the result of the call. So let's click Create Workflow and start from scratch here. Inbound web hook Influxx. Okay. All right. Click Save. Then click Add New Trigger and select Inbound Webhook. So here you have
Gohighlevel is going to give you a URL. So this, you are going to take this URL to create your webhook in the Influxx interface. So first you copy the URL, okay, and click Save Webhook. All right. So now you've created your webhook, and you can click on the URL here, and you are going to copy your bearer token. You will need it later to create the first workflow that will trigger the call to your prospect. Okay. So I'm going to do that later. So for now, I need to fetch sample requests. So for that, so let's click Save True. Okay, so I will have to call myself, and so that Influxx is going to send the call data to this URL. So let's trigger a call here. So I click Agent, then I select my agent, I click Talk to your agent, and call. Okay, so first I need to connect to Google Calendar. So I click Connect, click here. Okay, continue. Continue. Okay, that's it. So now I can trigger the call. So I click Call.
Hello, this is Alex from Alex LLC. Can I speak to John Doe?
Okay, so now I can stop the call. And if I go back here to Gohighlevel, I click Fetch Sample here. Okay, so now I have triggered the call. And when I click here, check for new request, I can see the request here. So when I click on it, and I have, okay, the data that is sent from the Influxx server to the webhook URL here that you can see. So those are the data that are sent. So the lead info, and then the outcome of the call. So the status is completed. The seconds of the call, it was 9 seconds. Here you have the transcript. And is there an appointment? False, and no appointment here. Okay. So this is the mapping. So you will be able to use these mapping then to update your contact or add new information to your contact. So here I'm going to click Save Trigger. I will have to select fields here. So phone, I'm going to select phone number. And here I'm going to click the little icon that you can see on the right and select inbound webhook trigger. Then lead info, and select phone number. And then if I want, for example, if during the call the prospect gives his email, for example, I can grab it as well. So I will click Add Field. Here I will select email, And then again, I will click the little icon, inbound webhook trigger, lead info, and email. Okay, now I can click save action and click save. Try to create another action. So here I'm going to add a note, add to note, and I will take, for example, the transcription. So I'm going to click the icon here, select inbound webhook trigger, outcome, transcript, and click save. Now maybe, okay, so now finally my workflow is saved. So to summarize, this is the inbound webhook workflow. So when a call has been triggered by, by Gohighlevel, when we add a contact, then a call is when the call is finished, the Influxx server will send data to the Gohighlevel URL here, leadconnectorhq.com. Okay, with all this info here. Okay, so once the data is sent, it update the contact. So it retrieve the contact by the phone, and then it update the email. Okay, in the case where your prospect on the phone has given his email address to the AI agent. And then we add a transcript, a note to the contact with the transcription of the call. So now let's create the first workflow. Okay, the workflow that triggers the call. So click back workflows. Okay, so now let's click on create workflow. Start from scratch. Name it Influxx call. So I'm going to click add new trigger, and it will be contact tag here. So when the tag Influxx call is added, then it will trigger this workflow. So I'm going to save trigger here. And then I will click a new action. And here I will select custom webhook. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pass the URL endpoint. So I go to my Influxx interface in the integration section, and I can click here the endpoint URL. So Control C and then Control V here. So this is the URL that Gohighlevel is going to make a request to trigger the call. So it will call the Influxx AI agent is going to call your prospect, your contact. So here in the authorization, you click bearer token, and you have to pass your token. So to get your token, again, you go to your Influxx interface, and here you click on your webhook that you created earlier. So that's the URL that So here I click copy bearer token, and click Control V here. That's the token. Going to save action. Okay, so now what I have to do is content type, select application JSON, and then the raw body, you will go to your Influxx interface, and in the data to send section, you will copy and paste here. Okay, the agent ID is the ID of the agent that you want to use. Okay, so in my Influxx interface, I have one agent called Alex. And so I want to use Alex as the Influxx agent that would make the call. So I have to grab the ID. So here I click copy ID at the top. And here I passed it here. Then you have call event type ID. So basically this is the calendar ID that you created on call.com. So I'm going to go to call.com. So again, in the event type section, I'm going to choose the test calendar that I created at the beginning. So I click, and then in the URL here, you can see this number. This is the event type ID. So I click copy, Control C, and then Control V here. Okay, and click Save Action. And again, save the workflow. Okay. So that's it. So we have created our two workflows. So first, what we are going to do here, when we add, so here is my contact. So when I add the Influxx call tag on my contact, it will trigger the Influxx call workflow, and then my Influxx AI agent is going to call the contact. And when the call is over, the second workflow called inbound webhook Influxx will grab the data sent by the Influxx server. Okay. Let's try the workflows then. So let's go.
Hello, this is Alex from Alex LLC. Can I speak to Sam Montano?
Yes, let's book an appointment on Thursday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Great. I have booked an appointment for you on Thursday, 25th of July, from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. May I have your email address to send you a confirmation?
Yes, it's sam@gmail.com.
Thank you, Sam. I have booked the appointment for you on Thursday, 25th of July, from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. You will receive a confirmation email shortly at sam.gmail.com. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, thank you. Goodbye. Let's see if so. Let's go to the inbound webhook Influxx workflow and see if it has grabbed the data of the call. So I click inbound webhook, and here in mapping reference, I see the date, so 23rd of July. So it's 2 p.m., 2:50 p.m. here, so that's the right one. And so here it is. That's the data sent by the Influxx server. So the AI agent grabbed the email. It's sam@gmail.com. And so the outcome is the status is completed, and you have the transcript here. Is there an appointment? It's is set to true. Here there is the date of the appointment, and then the booking is successful. So if I go to my call.com account, I go to bookings here, and here it is, Thursday, 25th of July. So here it's from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. because it is in my time zone. Okay, so my time zone is Europe, Madrid. And the time zone of the contact here, if I show you, it's America, Phoenix. Okay, because the city of the contact is Phoenix, Arizona, right? So here, do you remember in the workflow, in the inbound webhook Influxx workflow, there is a second action, which is called note. And so we add the transcript to the notes of the contact. So if we go back to the contact here, we can see in the note section, there is a transcript here of the conversation. Okay, and what is really cool is that, as I told you previously, we can synchronize, we can connect call.com to our Google calendars. So if I go to my Google Calendar, here you can see from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I have, okay, and the email of the contact is sam@gmail.com. Okay, and we can connect Google Calendars to Gohighlevel as well, as you may already know. So when I go to calendars here in my Gohighlevel account, I can see here the appointment that has been booked. Okay. So finally, we can, with a workaround, by using call.com, we can get the same result and book appointment to our Google Calendars account, to our Google Calendars. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's how we connect Influxx with Gohighlevel. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment down below. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.